A federal judge has blocked the deportation of mahmoudkhalilalhussary. Now this guy, I think the federal government thought he had a student visa, but he is a green card holder. So let's talk about it. Now, as a green card holder, you have certain protections. This guy was actually protesting on the Columbia University for a pro-Hamas, pro-Hezbollah type movement. This all happened last year, and he was protesting, saying that the university should divest of any investments they have attached to Israel, and protesting, saying that the war in Gaza should end. Now, protests that he led and was a part of, and other protests similar to those around the country that have been anti-Israel, have been labeled as anti-Semitic by the Trump administration. And so the Trump administration said that if you're here on a student visa and you were participating in these anti-Semitic protests, that they were going to come after you, revoke your student visa, and deport you back to your country. So again, I think that's what they had with this guy, but that's not the case. He has a green card, and green card holders have a lot more protections. And the only way that you revoke a green card holder's, green card is if they have been, found guilty of some sort of fraud, if they've committed certain criminal offenses, which this guy has no criminal record, by the way, if you have not maintained your permanent residence, if you've not notified the government agency for your green card of a change of address, if there's some sort of security reason, like you're supporting a terrorist group or a member of a terror group, but again, not been convicted of anything, not charged of anything like that. And also, if you violated the terms of your green card, which he hasn't, they aren't saying that he's done that, or if a public health reason, like you have some sort of disease that could spread in the country and endanger American citizens. Now again, the Department of State should not be the one that is deporting a green card holder. It has to be the immigration court, but that isn't what happened with this guy. So a federal judge said, hey, we're blocking the deportation of this guy. You cannot deport him. And the attorneys for him is asking for him to be sent back to New York, because currently he was flown from New York to Louisiana for his detention. And I just can't disagree more with punishing someone that is either an American citizen or a green card holder that is a permanent resident in the United States because of any speech that they actually, do protest. I'm a firm First Amendment believer, and I think you should have the right to say and do things that don't harm other people, obviously, and not in support of, attacks on others. But I do think you should be able to talk and protest and say, hey, I don't agree with whatever the cause may be. Now, as a student visa, obviously, you're not a member of this country. You shouldn't be able to get out here and inflame tensions here. That said, we'll see what the courts say about this and if he is actually, released or deported.